All right, next day. How's everybody doing today? All right, good, good. All right. Can you guys see that? Let's see. First person, template, future tense, two tense, distant future. So you will do something. I know I went over this Monday, but we're going to go ahead and go over it again because we did do this a couple of weeks ago. First person, you put your infinitive verbs. And remember, I showed you where the infinitive verbs are on the Google Drive. I had made a list of infinitive verbs and just put it in its own folder so you can sit there and choose the infinitive verbs you want to play around with for making sentences. So first person, right here, you put your infinitive verb. It means like hojejira right here, to write. Hojejira, to write. Hojejira, you drop your ETV, you get hojej. And right here, this is, yes, there's L grading, but only in first person. And what Ken had brought up before was L grading, for lack of a better definition, is just the rules. This is the L grading rules for first person only. And so instead of VRE, a the, it's just the, because right here, we're adding the A. That's why it's not VRE, because we wouldn't add a VRE. So A in this conjugation means I. That's why there's a rule for that one for first person. And then you got a hojeja, and then add the hojeja, hojeja the, because you add the the. And remember, I've got it in some examples a little bit better on second and third person. Right here, hojeja the, and then add the S, which means the period. Hojej off these, and it would be right here, hojej off these. I will write. Verb stem, hojej. You got your person marker. You add your tense marker, the, which means will, and then the S at the end of the sentence. I will make, I will eat, I will sing, whatever you're conjugating, this is the template to use for first person. So I put up here first person. I know sometimes these get a little confusing, so I'm trying to label everything as easy as I can so you guys won't, be lost in everything. Template, future tense, two tense, distant future, second person. Remember, this is why I put it on there, second person. So you can put hombida right here, to eat, hombida, to eat, home, H-O-M-P, you drop your E-T-V, verb stem home. Since we're doing right here, second person, remember, we're doing second person, this does not apply because this is first person. So we're doing second person. So second person, remember the person marker for second person, it's. It's means you. So home bits right here, home verb stem, and then it's home, it's a the. Add your tense marker, a the, which means will. All right. Since this is a second person, like I said, again, this does not apply because we're doing second person. So home, a the, home is a the, and then add your S. And that means a period at the end of the sentence. So it would be HOMP, which is our verb stem for hombida, home, it's athis, hombitskathis. I know it's a tongue twister and it's going to take practice. I know even for me, it's going to take practice because I haven't said this conjugation in a while. I will put everything that we're learning to one of the speakers. I'm gonna have their voice on there so you can hear what it's supposed to sound like, how we're all trying to get to sound like. So they're gonna sound better and more fluid than I do because, like I said, I'm still learning and I still have to take it in little steps, so I sound a little choppy. Verb stem would be HOMP, home. It's, so you know what it means in the sentence. Athi, you know what athi means right there, and you know the S is the period. In this case, S means S is the period. So home, it's athis. and you will eat. I just now noticed I forgot it's right here. It's supposed to pull this down and put it right here. That's okay. I'll fix it because I fixed the other ones and you probably didn't recognize that. Oh, I fixed it, but I forgot that part. Because remember, I said I will on the last on the last class. Ombitsk athis, you will eat. All right, so that's first and second person. Let's go ahead and go over second person again because we're just going over things. So repetition is helping us to learn a lot of things. I will take a break in a few minutes and I will show you the all of the October words of the day just to break things up, and then we'll get back to third person. Let me go over second person first. So we can see how to conjugate. Again, template, first future, two tense, distant future, second person. All right, and I know that I did show this in Monday. It's just a repetition of how you're seeing it, how you're absorbing it, because I know with a flood of information, sometimes your brain is just like, I'm done. But then as soon as, you start repeating and showing, things will start to sink in a little bit easier. Kethera, to learn or to know. So second person right here, kethera. Kethera, to learn, to know. You drop your ETV, you get your verb stem. Again, verb stem, and sometimes people say root. Since we are doing second person, this does not apply. I just kept it on there, so you would know that that was first person. All right, get, it's, and that means you add your person marker. You got your verb stem. So right now we're adding our person marker. It's means you. So we drop everything down. Get, it's a thief. Remember, oh, I should put the V right here. I will go back and edit that. So add the tense marker VRE, a thief, which means will. All right. So get, it's a thief. So you're adding on to your sentence. Get, it's a thief. Add the declarative ending means the period. So you see right there, I put the period at the end of the sentence there. Get, it's a thief. Gethera, again, is to learn, to know. So verb stem of gethera is get. Person marker, ooh, that should be ist. Oh, it's like as soon as you fix one, you forget about the other ones. So that should be it because we're talking about second person. I will go back and fix that. Athis means will. This should be have a VRE. Add your tense marker. Athi means will. And your declarative, well, your period at the end of the sentence, the declarative ending is the period. So that's, you put your period there. And I kept getting that marked off when I was in college. So I always like to put that on there. And sometimes I like to stress it by making it a little bigger or putting a big period. That's just my own thing. All right, get, it's athis. I will, or you will learn. Because remember, this is you. I need to update this one. You will learn. Or you will know. Get, it's athis. So, oh, I do have some new things to show you today. Like I said, I'm trying to make it as easy as possible. But let me show you this one again. Second, this is first person. All right. Template future two tense, just a future first person. And I had showed this on Monday. I'm trying to do different processes to show you guys some things and try to make it easier on all of us. But sometimes what I'm trying to do and what happens are two different things. So this is through a PowerPoint. I was trying to show you like step by step by step instead of, so whoop, first step, whoop, second step. So this one's not working as well as I wanted it to, but I'll show you anyway. Yeah, Yehegeda. So you put Yehegeda right there to sing. Yehegeda means to sing. You drop your ETB and you get your verb stem. All right here, it goes down. We're not, yes, we are L grading because it is first person. So you add right here the that's the person marker, first person. So drop everything down, verb stem right here in black. Your which is your person marker, is I. The is will. That means will. Ooh. Right. I've got to move this at the top. You guys can't see that. So, all right. You've got your verb stem. You got the blue person marker. You got your the, which means will, and you got your s. Add the declarative ending. Like I said, this is all building on top of each other. So when you see a sentence like this, yehegathis, it means I will sing. You know what each part of the sentence means, because if you're looking at, if you're asking some of these people, and it just depends on who you ask, yehegathis. What does that mean? They can say, and the literal translation is I will sing, or sing, I will. That's the literal translation, and I'll show you that in a minute. But flip it backwards for English, I will sing. And if you go up to somebody and you ask them, what does this mean? You can get several different answers. So the way that I'm showing you and the way that I've learned, you get to know what each part of this means, so you won't have to rely on somebody else's translation. Yehegathis. So you can ask somebody, what does this mean? And they can say, I will sing. And they say, oh, you're talking about singing, or you're talking about you will sing, you are singing. So, like I said, the translation you get from people when you're asking questions and you don't understand the structure of this conjugated sentence, you can get different answers. So I liked how I learned this. This is why I'm showing this way, is to let you guys know what each part of this means. All right. And there it is. Yehegathis. I will sing. Like I said, that is the PowerPoint that I had put together, and PowerPoint is not doing justice to what I was thinking about how I was going to do it. So I probably will not do another PowerPoint like that. I'm trying to find something that would just make it a little easier. So I'm trying to leave you guys the breadcrumbs of how you remember and how you can pick up on some of the words and the meanings and the exact translations, literal and English translations. All right, so when we were talking about, let me see if I can find it. Nope. I think I only did second and third person. All right, so we did show first and second person. And since we've done first person last week and this week, I'm going to show you more second person here. I can find it. Here we go. Yeah, there it is. All right, let me know if you guys, for some reason, cannot see some things. Sometimes I think I'm sharing, but, ends up sometimes it's not there. All right. Hijra, to see. Hijra, to see. You just put it right there. Hijra, verb stem. No, yes, there's L grading, but only in first person. Are we in first person? And this will tell us. Are we in first person? Okay, we are in second person. It's all right. So this does not apply for what we're doing right now. So hijitsk, hijida, verb stem right here. It's is your person marker. So add it. Just bring it all back down on the next line. Hijitsk. And then athi, you add your athi, will. Bring it all on down to the next line. Hijitskathis, add your s. Declarative ending means the period. So hijitskathis, right there. And like I said, I know I sound a little choppy, but like I said, I'm on a language journey that's not at the very beginning, and I'm not, at the very end. So I'm still working on my pronunciations as well. So that, if you mess up, hey, that's not a big problem. I do it all the time. I see some of the Mvhayvs, other Mvhayvs messing up as well, because we're inundated with English all the time. We wake up English, turn on the radio English, watch TV English. So, sometimes your mind and your mouth reverts back to English. But if you have a problem, and just keep working on it, keep practicing. All right, again, verb stem right here. It's means you, person marker. Add the tense marker means athis. Athi means will, and then add your s. Period at the end of the sentence. Hijitsk athis. You will see. All right. Does anybody have any questions on that? All right, let's see if I have the second. Yes, I got this. So, like I was telling people before, I like to show things in more than one way, so you know. Oh, that's not hijada, that's ayada. Hold on. So you can see, the steps, and it makes sense. Not everybody learns in the same way. So sometimes you have to present things in a different way and a different viewpoint. Here we go. Egypt, athletes. Ejida, Egypt, athletes. Egypt, athletes. Egypt, athletes. Like I said, that's the tongue twister, especially for those of us who are predominantly English, that we speak. So here it is. Here's the breakdown. See, from hijra, to see, to know. No, that's not. To see. All right, hijra, to see. It means you. Will is right here, represented by VRE, athi. And then S is for, the period. So this is the word that finally conjugated from hijra and Egypt athis. If you look at this, because if you look at this, it's scary thinking about trying to, say this and pronounce it. Don't worry about it. Just remember, take it as a step by step. Each, it's, athi, Egypt athis. That's how it's supposed to be pronounced. Like I said, I don't quite have that tone and the sounds that the first speakers speak, but we'll get there. Egypt athis. So literal translation is see, you will. Turn it backwards, you will see. All right. And again, that's the same thing again right here. See, you will is the literal translation. So you know exactly what this is saying. So if somebody asks you, and you know how to translate and you conjugate, you can say, okay, this is what it literally says. See, you will. But if you want to have it translated to English, you can put, you will see. And a lot of things, and some of you guys are new for my class, but I always like to talk about how literal translation is in Muskogee is how Yoda talks. And in my classes, I always talk about Yoda speech. Remember how Yoda speaks. See, you will. See, you will. That's Yoda speech. But I always say that he's, that he speaks the Muskogee way. So, Yoda's, how many years old? I think he's speaking Muskogee, but you will see. All right. So that is a different way of seeing the same thing. And see, I can find that other one that I made. I've been busy making all of these, so I know they're here. Like I said, some of you guys who have been with me know that even sometimes when I'm doing this, and I move it over to Google Drive, sometimes Google Drive takes maybe minutes to hours and sometimes a couple days to show it. That's just how computers work. Future 2 tense, distant future, second person, daskida, to jump. Daskida, to jump. You put it here, you take off the ETV. And when I was in school, they would say, oh, you remove the ida, ETV, ETA, ida. So that you can say, you drop your ETV, or you can say, oh, take off the ida. And that was something that just kind of sticks in your head when you're doing these conjugations, is some of these little funny things that you can keep in your mind to keep yourself going on the right track. Daskida, the verb stem, again, it's also called the root. Since we are also doing the second person, this does not apply. I left it there just for your, just to keep the same. So you got your verb stem, dask, add your person marker, it's, which again right here is you. Dask, it's, you add your athi, which means will. See, you can see that these are new handouts that I had done today, because everything is there. I was going over meticulously getting it done. Okay, das it's Athi. Remember, for first person, it would be Athi, but we're talking about second person, so it's Athi. Das it's Athis. Add your S, which means the period at the end of the sentence. Das it's Athi, and then das it's Athis. Like I said, it's going to take us a little while to sound smooth, but you know how to say these things. Just put it together, just work with it. Like I said, next week I will get the speakers to say this, and it will be on here so we can all sit there and practice to how the speakers say it. Verb stem, person marker. Add your tense marker athi, which means will, and your S at the end of the period. I mean, at the end of the sentence. Das ist athis. You will jump. All right. And I do have it conjugated in the other way where it shows you the breakdown. I don't think I have das get up. I was trying to, because I've got all the templates here. You guys are welcome to look at all the templates and see anything. If you have any questions, if I'm not online or if we're not online, feel free to call up to the office and ask them, you know, some of these questions that you may have. If I'm not available, somebody else, you've got all these speakers there, I think 4, 5, 6 speakers there. So, you know, they can help guide you a little bit differently than I do. Sometimes, like I said, we don't all learn the same. So if one Mvhayv cannot clear it up for you, then another Mvhayv may. All right. Ayeda. This is something that we had conjugated before. I didn't show you the conjugation because I know going nothing but conjugation sometimes can just be really daunting and just really boring. I'm not going to lie, because I know I've done the same thing. Like, oh my gosh, here we go again. But all right, it's athis. So hayeda, to make. It's you. Athi, will. S with the periods. There it is. Make, you will. All right. Ayitskathis. Make, you will. You will make. Again, this is, it always cracks me up. And those of you who have been with me for a while, you know that I like to make myself laugh because there's so many negative things out there. And it just cracks me up every time I see something like this that's in the literal translation is make, you will. I always think of in Yoda's voice, ooh, make you will, you know. I always laugh, myself laugh, you know. So like I said, I think and I've said this before, our native people have been through a lot, and to get through a lot of things, you have to have humor. And something as simple as, you know, imitating Yoda's voice is just hey, you know, do it. If you need to sit there and laugh at something, just, you know, do some of these literal translations in Yoda's voice and make yourself happy. All right. Hijida, I think I did see, I think I already did this one. I'll go over it again. All right. Hijida, verb stem, person marker, and then your tense, and then the S. S is the period right there. It won't let me highlight all. Jitskathis, see, you will see. So like I said, if you have a time when you're upset and you just need a pickup, just look at some of these little translations and try to imitate Yoda's voice and make yourself laugh while you're learning. So I like that idea. Laugh, learn. All right. So that's what we have on second. Let's see if I can find another. These are third. All right, and again, here's the second tense template. It's on here as well. And I have the third tense template. But since we're going along so fast, oh, there's a question. Let's see, I always think verb first. All right. So let's see. Well, in our the way that we do sentences, and we have not gotten to sentences, is the what I was taught in college, and what I've been shown is subject, object, verb. Verb always comes last. So when we are, let's try to find one. Okay. All right. So right here. Okay. So when we conjugate, you see right here, this is the verb. It's in the very beginning. I guess you can say that the verb in the Muskogee conjugation would come first, but in English, what we learned in colleges right here, the verb comes, oh, goodness gracious, the verb comes last. All right, so if you look at it, like you said, verb comes first. That's an awesome way. I never thought of thinking of it that way, that the verb comes first in Muskogee and it comes last in English. Awesome, awesome. Never thought of it like that. But yes, but when we do let's see if I can. So when we do conjugations, it's subject, object, verb, and or object, verb. You know, so you're talking about yeah, I'm trying to think of something. Trying to think and trying to teach off the cuff on something you're learning is not as easy as you would think it would be. But subject, object, verb would be like you're talking about the dog would be the subject, the cat would be object, and verb would be chasing. The dog, the cat, chasing. That would be the how the sentence would be in Muskogee. But then you would put the dog is chasing the cat. You would flip it differently for English. It's kind of hard to break it down and show you guys. I'm still trying to learn the sentence structure because I asked one Mvhayv. Okay, how I learned when I asked the Mvhayvs was not how they learn. And trying to get the exact way that a lot of people learn is or know how to do it is kind of hard. So that's why we haven't done so much on sentence structure. But like I said, it's usually subject, object, verb. Verb is always last, but like you were saying, that's probably verb is always last in English because when we conjugate it, it's first. Awesome. Didn't think about that. All right. So just for a little bit fun here, let me go ahead and go. Ooh, another. English is backwards. Yeah, I agree. English is backwards. You know, people always say, and this is funny when I was learning this in college, is okay. Now you let's see. This is the literal translation. Now you know this is backwards. Now we put it in English, and I was like, you know, we talk about our ancestors and our indigenous people. We've been here for. This is our original homeland. If you look at our stories, we've always been here. We came out of the earth here. You know, you always have the Bering Strait stories, and you always have other stories about, you know, people coming here and stuff. But in our creation stories, our people have always been here. We came out of the earth and we, you know, went in our different directions. So I'm going to say we've always been here because a lot of the things that science is now proving from our stories is they're proving that we are correct. And I was talking to another college student because I'm going back to college. Where was talking to another college student, and we were talking about some of the things that Native people think about. And if you're looking at some of these stories, they're talking about the bird people, the tree people, the grass people. We look at ourselves as, I mean, a lot of our teachings, we had ourselves as equals with the birds, the animals, the trees. And this goes across different indigenous people of the world. And they were talking about how there's energy in rocks. There's energy in, you know, some of these objects you wouldn't think of, but there's energy in rocks. So we were talking about that, and the college student even goes, "Oh my gosh, that's physics." So our people knew physics We may not have used the same exact terms that Europeans or the rest of the world used, but they were talking about the energy in rocks and listening, to hear what some of the other tree people are saying, the bird people, the grass people. So when you think of something like that and you're talking about all of these people, even though they're not humans, you're thinking about more of an indigenous way of thinking, and it's respect. All right, so I got off of our lessons there. But these are the words of the day. These are available to you through the Google Drive. I just finished October, and I told you guys I would go over it with you because I thought it was kind of cool. All right.
Istiila Hisaga, zombie.
Istiila Hisaga, zombie, is something that's not in the dictionary. The reason why I'm going over these things with you, because these are not in the dictionary, or some of them maybe, but we didn't have the word for zombie. Back in the day, we didn't have all of this stuff. But Isti is person, Ila is dead, and I think Hisaga was breath. So person, dead, breathing is zombie. So and like I said, the reason why I put this out there is because if people are looking for the words in Muskogee, we're descriptive. We're a descriptive. Even if it's something is not there, like a formal name, like, oh, this is a dog, you're thinking about like an elephant, Yabalawagi, which means flexible nose. They were describing the animal. So even if it doesn't have a formal word, things are descriptive.
Dakfaliliska, bat.
That one I remember her talking about. She said that one did have a name. And I work with all of the Mvhayvs, but the main one I've worked with is because I took her in college at the College of Muskogee Nation is Mvhayv Barnett, because usually all the other Mvhayvs are out teaching in the schools, and Mvhayv Barnett and myself are usually there. But this is her voice that's saying these.
Iga funny, skull.
So Iga is head. I accidentally hit something, head. And Nfuni is bones. So like I said, this is all descriptive. And these are things you may not see in any dictionary. And I did ask her, I was like, because those of you who see her class, that you see this list, I wanted to do it and put it to pictures so you can see it.
Isti Hobilga, graveyard.
And I forgot what she said that meant. Isti is person, Hobilga, and I don't remember. But like I said, these are descriptive.
Isti Ila Ina, corpse.
Isti is person, dead, and then body. So that's what that one means.
Yumuchki, dark.
You guys are welcome to go back and look at these. And I tried, when I was looking at the images, because I do have web design and some art, a lot of art classes, and I really love color. I wanted to try not to make it too scary.
Iga Sigo, decapitated.
So Iga Sigo, something about no head. There's no head. So that was decapitated.
In both to hex or put a spell on.
So these are some of the words that, if you're talking to somebody and you just say these words, more than likely they won't know what you're talking about.
Abiti, shadow.
Like I said, I try to put everything that I do to a speaker's voice so you can hear how they say it and how their tones come into play.
Hithigo, evil.
So if you see this one, Hithiko. Okay, Nikki or Robert, what is Hithi? You guys remember? Hithi Mahi, very
Very good.
Yes, very good. Hivi is good. So
Mm.
go,
Like
remember,
good heart.
right,
Is that where we
good.
learned that?
So hivi, remember, is good. Remember, go or ego, what does that mean? When you add it to a sentence. It means not good.
No.
So that's evil, not good. So these are, and the, you know, what I'm asking is some things that we've already gone over in class, which I know we all need practice, and you know, sometimes put on the spot, everybody's like, oh shoot. But hivi is good and go is not. So good, not, and that would be evil. I thought that was cool because, you know, for those of us who are learning how to break down a sentence, you know what some of these mean or what part of it, you know, comes from.
Both, which.
But anyway, good job, Nikki. Good job. I mean, you remembered that, and you know, sometimes you see some of our words in a full sentence.
Duhahawa casket.
So what I remember Mvhayv Barnett talking about this, because she did, this is her lesson that she taught before, is Dohahawa is a box. But when you're talking about, you know, I'm burying a person, you know, it's a casket. So there's not really a word for casket, but Dohahawa is box.
Ajuktanwa spider.
All right. And I'm answering you, but forgot to unmute. Oh, okay. All right, Robert. That's okay. That's okay. I've done that before. All right. I don't have a problem with spiders. Some people are deathly afraid of spiders. Mine are chitto, snakes.
Dinikteza, Satan.
And I forgot what that actually translated to. But we were talking about that one.
Wohohogi, how?
So some of these are, you know, like I said, it takes a little while to practice with them because they're like, oh my gosh, my mouth can't move that way, but you'll get it. You'll get it.
Dosovasuksanga, mask.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you like it. All right, like I said, this is my fun part when I'm studying, to get these and to make little videos. That's my bet. That's the best.
Oba, owl.
Oba, ow. I know in class, and I'm gonna say it. I used to think the word for owl was stigini. So I know a lot of people grow up hearing about stigini. Stiginis are shapeshifters. So those are the things that we hear about, you know, stigini. But the name for the animal is oba. Oba. And I'm gonna tell you, I've watched some of these movies, and like the Woman King, when they were talking about they threw some words in there, and I think his name was Oba, and I was like, oh, he said owl, and I was telling my husband, he said owl. But his name in that movie, one of the characters' name was Oba. So I was like, oh my gosh. But if you watch some of these movies like that have indigenous people in it, you'll hear like a word or two of Muskogee in it. To me, I think that's cool. I'm like, whoo, they said this word.
Jofunwa, pitchfork.
All right, Jofunwa. Does anybody know what else Jofunwa besides pitchfork means? I mean, because I know we've had it.
Salt, pepper. Wait.
Oh, Jofunwa. You're close. It's a table setting. Jofunwa.
Jofunwa, pitchfork.
Is it like spoon?
It's fork.
Fork. Oh.
Yeah. Remember fork, Jofunwa. Yeah. So if you put it in the context of Halloween, pitchfork. And I guess it could also be, you know, if you're working in the ranching industry, you say, oh, Jofunwa, it's a pitchfork. So that's kind of cool. Like I said, and you always hear Mvhayv Barnett say situational environment. You know, if you're outside and you're talking about, oh, you know, hand me the Jofunwa, because you're trying to, you know, shovel hay. You know, they're not talking about a fork, your regular, plate fork. You're talking about a pitchfork. So, all right. This one was cool. I like this one too.
Obisi, fog.
So in the program, they had fog. So I just love that black and white image moving.
Honka, monster.
This one this is the one that held the whole thing up. Honka. All right. So when we hear it, honka, you can hear that she does the A, honka. The way I originally had it was hunka, HVNKV, hunka, because there's different ways to spell it. You see it. Yeah. Different ways to spell it. Honka, honka, honka. So HANKV, HVNKV, HONKV. Those are all different ways to spell and to say the same thing. But for some reason, when it was coming across on the internet, it just sounded like honka when it was honka. That was my holdup for the whole word of the day for October.
Dukwala Bijeja, Grim Reaper.
Dukwala Bijeja. See that? I would have never known that one. And I'm not sure if that's the name for a Grim Reaper or a combination of descriptive words.
Jada Iska Miko, Count Dracula.
All right, this one. Can anybody decipher this one?
It's a blood drinking king.
Yes,
thief?
that's it. Yeah, blood drinking king. Awesome. And I'm going to tell you, I don't know why they, Jody is red. I don't know why they put it's the V instead of the E, because I asked Mvhayv Barnett and she's like, we just do. I was like, okay. And then, yep, blood drinking king. All right. This one, I like this one because I sitting there watching it before, playing with it.
Istifuni, skeleton.
So you see him dancing. Like I said, I sit there and crack myself up when I'm doing these because I'm like, I'll be playing things back and just having fun. And I hope, you guys are enjoying all this because I know this is fun work that I'm doing.
Jamba, Kindi, candy.
All right. So jumba is the more Muskogee word, and kindi, what is that called? When it sounds more like English and they
Creeklish.
Creeklish, right. So they said, well, which one do you want me to put on there? I'm like, let's put both of them on there. So you know that jumba or kindi, both of them are used. But yes,
Jumba, sweet.
yes,
Jamba,
yeah,
Kindi, candy.
yes. Jumba is used a lot of different places. It does mean sweet, but you hear people say candy, and that's Creeklish. It's Creek English trying to, make a word.
Howayija, wicked.
Almost to the end, guys. Here you go.
Bahi Ishti, scarecrow.
All right. Can somebody tell me what this one means?
Grass person.
Yes. Yes. Because there's no word for scarecrow. Scarecrow is grass person.
Ajoktan wa hoya, spiderweb.
So they should be, I know I'm a little bit off on October, but they should be releasing this pretty soon. But you guys have the view
Jada
here.
Iska, vampire.
Again, Jada, blood drinker. Jada, blood, and Iskida, drink.
Jada Iska, vampire.
Right?
Iska.
Ishti Ila, Gatsby, mummy.
This one is person dead, dried up. So that one made me laugh because there's no word for mummy. And we were talking about that. These are on Google Drive. Yep. Isti ila Gatsby. So person, dead, dried up. That's what that one literally means.
Isti Chapko, tall man.
Couldn't find an image for a tall man. That's the closest I could get.
Nagi Haya, shapeshifter.
All right, Nagi Haya. I had never heard of that. I always heard of, usually the shapeshifter for Stigini is an owl. A person can shapeshift into an owl. So this one I've never heard of, but I thought I'd include it because this is a learning experience for you and me. So like I said, I just get carried away and get excited about our language. Yes, this is in Google Drive. So you should have this link right here. And I will go ahead and put it back in there. But Google Drive, right here, word of the day. All right. So you got all of the words of the day, and I have a little bit of November. Like I was telling you guys, I was just trying to get some words that are interesting to me and things that you, okay, good job, we got it. And things that you don't hear all the time.
Vikhifka, inner peace.
Right, so you don't hear that a lot, and I thought I'd put that out there.
Ajayiji, safe, sacred, sound.
Right, so I know a lot of our indigenous people look at fire as being sacred. So I put that out there.
Buyafikja, abagi, spiritual.
Right. And so I'm still working on November.
Nagaftida Jugo, council house or synagogue.
All right. So those are the ones, and that's kind of the direction I'm going is some things that you probably haven't heard before. I'm trying to make it exciting for all of us, including me when I'm learning and teaching. So let me put this out there in case somebody does not have it. There should be the Google Drive. And so that should get you to here. You see all the different modules we're going through, and there's the words of the day. I'm only up to for November for my words of the day. I'm trying not to get behind, but you know how things go. All right, so let's go back and let's finally finish this up. We got about 10 minutes, 9 minutes now. Let's see. And we are on third person. And since you guys are doing so well, you guys catching on, I'll quickly go through it because it's basically plug and play. Like I said, you just get your infinitive verb, put it here. To see, to eat, to drink. You drop your ETV, you get your verb stem. Your verb stem goes here. Drop everything down. We are in third person, so this is not relevant. And again, this right here is my marker for third person. When we were doing college, we had to go step by step by step by step. So in order to keep myself on track, I would put open and close parentheses or a circle with a 0 in it. But I've noticed since I'm teaching, open and close parentheses works better when I'm teaching. So open and close parentheses, basically this is not here because in third person, there is no person marker. But if you think about open and close parentheses, in those parentheses, you can have she, he, it, or they. And so basically it's a placeholder, meaning she, he, it, or they. Add your athi right here. Tense marker will. You add your S, which is the period. So home athis, which is hombida, to eat, means she, he, it, they will eat. So home, H-O-M-P, athis, verb stem, person marker right here. I had to kind of, split that up. A person marker, again, parentheses, she, he, it, or they are concluded in those parentheses. Athi means will. S, person marker, or, not person marker. S is the period. Whew. My mouth is going again. Sometimes it does what it wants, but hombathis. And you see that right here, right in the very front of the V, there's no person marker. There's no and there's no it's. If there's no which is first person, then that means it's not first person. If there's no it's, which is second person, that means it's not second person. So with nothing, you know, the open and close parentheses, nothing is there. That means third person. All right. I know sometimes it gets a little confusing, but let me show you third person. Here it is. Ojejida, to write. Oh, that's not the one I was trying to get. Third person, template. Oh, template. I know I put third person here. Okay, well, I'll show you what I have. Home, which one is this one? Hayeta, to make. All right, so it be Hayetv, Hayeta, to make. So person marker, athes means will, and S period means period. So right here you see Hayeta, which is make. That's what it translates to is make. In these parentheses, she, he, it, they, athes means will, and then this is the period. Make, she will, make, he will, make, it will, make, they will. All right. So let's go you word Hayethes, Hayethes. This, just think of it like here. Here, let me go ahead and take it out. There you go. That's what it looks like. That's what it would look like without the parentheses. So Hayethes. So you look at this, and you know, you're thinking Hayeta. Okay, Hayeta's to make. You know, athi means will, and you know the S is the period. So is there an A for first person? No, there's no A between the Y and the V. Is there it? No, there's no it. That means it's not second person. Nothing there. Athis. That means it's third person because nothing is right there. Again, this is just a placeholder. Nothing's right there. Literal translation to English, make she will, make he will, make it will, make they will. English translation backwards, she will make, he will make, it will make, they will make. All right. And I think I got one more third person to show you guys. Yeah, it was all right. Hojejida means to write. So hojej, that right here is your verb stem, person marker, verb tense, and then the S period is the period. Oh, goodness gracious, I moved it around. All right. So write, she will, write, he will, write, it will, write, they will. So this is what it looks like. Hojej athis. Okay. Again, same thing as up here. Write she will, write he will, write it will, write they will. And then turn it backwards like we were talking about. She will write, he will write, it will write, they will write. All right. Anybody have any questions? All right. That looks like we've got everything covered. We know how to do first person, second person, and third person. So we will do something. We will write, and I will write, you will write, and then I will make, you will make, he will make, she will make, it will make, they will make. We know how to do all that. First person, second person, third person. Amgen, hokolan, rokinen. All right, we learned how to do all that. Next week, we're going to learn how not to do anything, you know, not how to do it. So basically, we're just going to add not into this equation. I will not cook. I will not eat. I will not write. I will not sleep. So